Mom, and today we're going to talk about picking a coffee maker for your family. Now that might not seem like a big event, but in our family it seemed to be a huge event because we tried a lot of different coffee makers before we finally settled on the one that we liked the best. And what I ended up picking was the Cuisinart brew system. It's a 12-cup brew system. I found this one at Linens and Things. They carry it everywhere. The reason I picked this one was because it was ranked high on Consumer Reports. It got about 85 out of 100 points. It was not the best buy, but I was able to get a really good deal on it. I actually went to Linens and Things and they had one that had been returned by a customer, so they gave me 50% off on the model, and then I had a 20% off coupon that I received in the mail, and they will let you combine the coupons with the sale prices or clearance or floor models. All of those can be combined with your coupons, so I was able to get this one for about $38. Normally they run around $100, but I did some research online and it seems like Sam's Club did have a pretty fair price on it. It was $54.86, but you would also need to factor in the cost of a membership if you did not have one. Now the reason why I picked this particular coffee maker is, number one, it's programmable, so I can program it at night before I go to bed and have coffee ready in the morning. This is a big deal for me as a busy mom, to be able to have that ready right when I get up instead of me trying to make it, because that never happens and I usually ended up in the drive-thru. I liked that this had a 1 to 4 cup feature. A 1 to 4 cup feature means that it will start hot right away instead of it warming up gradually. It will start right from the beginning with a hot pot, and then it works its way up until till you fill the 4 cup mark, and you can do these like small batches with a hot cup instead of having just a sort of warm cup, which a lot of other models tend to have. The other feature I liked about this is that it has a self-cleaning function. With the self-cleaning function, it alerts me when it needs to be cleaned. And we live in an area where we do have hard water, so hard water deposits do end up, getting on the inside of this, and you can see that there's some hard water deposits, or the coffee maker's running a little sluggish, and that indicates to me that it needs to be cleaned. And you can clean it by just adding about 1/4 of the way up in your carafe with white vinegar, just plain white vinegar, and then adding the rest of the way up with water, filling it in the inside, running it through a normal cycle, then dumping that vinegar water and filling it with just clear, cold tap water, running it through another full cycle all the way to the top, and then that will clear out the vinegar and clean your system out. So that's why we picked this system. There are other systems out there. There are the pod systems. Now, economically, the pod system is a better system choice if you are someone who would rather have Starbucks. So comparing it to Starbucks, yes, the pod system is a better deal. But comparing a drip system to a pod system is not comparable at all, because the pod system is very inexpensive, the pod system itself, but it's the pods that are going to really add up to the cost of the cup of coffee that you're brewing. For this system, you can just use a standard ground coffee. With that system, you need to use brand-specific pods, or you have to play around buying a lot of different kinds to find a generic equivalent that's going to work. You're limited with the flavor choices that you can pick. One pod only brews a teeny tiny little cup of coffee, so you actually need 2 pods in order to brew a cup of coffee, and those 2 pods are about $1 a cup. So comparing that to the drip system, you can save about 4 times as much if you just use a standard drip system. Now, if you really are wanting that pod system, the convenience of being able to make 1 cup, I would recommend using a French press instead. The French press is great from an economical standpoint. You don't need to buy anything really special other than the French press itself. It can be found at a lot of different department stores. You can find it on Amazon. This one that I have is actually a single thermal carafe just for 1 person. It's perfect. I found this one at Goodwill. I've also seen them on Home Shopping Network. Starbucks tends to carry them right in the front where they have the mugs. It's great because this is like having a pod system without having to pay for the pod prices. All you do is you put coarsely ground coffee, you would just grind it when you're at the store, in the bottom, about 2 tablespoons for a cup this size, and then you put hot water, not boiling water, but hot water over the top, and then fit the lid back on, and then wait about 3 minutes, push the plunger down, and then that pushes the grounds all the way to the bottom, and it really is the best cup of coffee you're going to get. It has a mesh strainer on the top to double strain, so it really makes sure that you don't get any grounds when you're drinking your coffee. And it's just really great from an economical standpoint, and it's also said by coffee connoisseurs that it's the best cup of coffee that you can get. So I hope that these coffee tips really help you in choosing the right coffee system for your family. For more great tips, please visit me on momadvice.com. I'm Amy Clark. Thank you.